Hi, okay, so here's some demos of some of the things that you'll need to do for your video assignment. So a couple of the tasks we've already done videos for, but I figured I would just kind of do the couple that we missed. So one thing I never showed you was how to get a dog like this onto a leash. So in your scenario, you're in an exam room by yourself, there's no owner there to hold the dog for you. You need to get this guy onto a leash. So I have my slip lead ready and prepared, I have it through. I have it open fairly wide, and I'm supporting it with like lots of my fingers here, so it's nice and wide, okay? I don't want to try to get a skinny little leash like this over their heads because it's kind of tricky. If you have the wider, it's easier. And then you can keep that other loop in your other hand. So having a treat will be helpful. Come, because often you can kind of convince them. If they're really scared and cowering in a corner, I want to approach them sideways. I want to try to get down to their level. I want to try to offer my hand to let them sniff me and show, hey, look, maybe I'm someone that can be trusted, okay? And then I can get that leash over their heads. Come. There we go. And then I just get it over and pull it up. So you can see she's giving me uneasy body language right now, hey? She's stretched back, she's showing me some side eye. There's a treat, you're a good dog. You're a good puppy. Okay, so I showed you already how to pick up an uneasy dog to get it onto the table. I'm going to use my stretch leash method here and get her secured and then onto the table. So my next task I'm going to show you is how to pill a cooperative dog. So you can see I've already got my pillar, my pet pillar, preloaded with a pill. It's actually just a little treat. But I've got everything all ready before I got the dog. That's one of the most important things about restraint. Get everything set up beforehand. Pets don't want to wait while you're sitting around trying to fiddle with your pillar. So get that stuff ready before you get the dog. So if I'm doing a pill, if I'm giving a pet a pill all by myself, I'm going to hold them in this position and I'm going to approach from kind of beside and behind them. I've got that kind of bear hug on her, right? So a real bear hug, I'd be holding her like this, right? I've got my one hand secure against her head, holding it against me, and I've got this whole arm securing her body. But I want to do all of that with just one hand, okay? I am right-handed, so I'm going to choose to operate the pillar with my right hand, and I'm going to secure the dog with my left. Hi, honey. So I'm going to come from the top, and I'm going to grab just behind her canine teeth, and then I'm going to grab my pillar, and I'm going to use that pillar to open up her mouth. Oh, she's a sneak. She's got one of those licky tongues, and she pushed it right under the pillar. I know, it's a yummy treat. Just cooperate and you can have it. So again, I'm going to hold up her mouth. If I need to, I can use a finger to open her mouth. Get that wide right to the back. Push it, it releases it. And then do you see right away I held her mouth shut? I mean, it's a delicious treat, so she readily swallowed it. But if she was just sitting there and holding that mouth, what I would do is I would rub her throat. I give little blows on her nose until she licks and I feel her swallow. So usually they go, and then they start licking their nose. That's one way that I know that they swallowed. And then once I've seen her swallow, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up her mouth just to make sure it's not in there. Dogs are crafty. They will keep it tucked away to the side of their tongue or underneath their tongue, or have it tucked away so that they can spit it out later. So to open her mouth, again, I'm just gripping behind those, oh hush. I'm just gripping behind her canines and I'm using one of my fingers to open her mouth. Maybe I won't stress her out about this. I feel like we've already done lots with her. And there you go, and then we can check that way. Okay? If you have a dog that's really fractious and you can't get that check, you just watch them, hold them on the table, and just watch them and see if they spit it out. And as long as they're good for a little bit, then you can probably put them back in their kennel. Okay, so we gave her the pill. Last, I just wanted to show you the saphenous blood draw for these guys. So I showed you cephalic, which is in the front leg, and I showed you jugular, but I will show you the cephalic as well. So I'm just going to come around to the side of the table here. Because when I'm doing a saphenous blood draw, my technologist is going to draw from the other side of the table. So a saphenous, for a little dog like this, well, for any dog, the saphenous it's the lateral saphenous. It's on the outside of the hind leg, right around the hock. For a little, you can do a saphenous in a standing or a sitting, or standing or a lateral position. Can we see though that she's got really short legs and those legs are really close to the table? So if I wanted her in standing, I'd be holding her like this, right? I've got one hand under her hip. I've got one hand holding that head for head control. But how the heck is someone gonna get a needle into that and be able to pull blood from there? It's not gonna happen because she's got short, stubby little daxi legs. So we're gonna wanna put her into lateral. So just to recap, we've done lateral already, but we're gonna go from the front over her neck and grab that leg that's closest to me, over her hip, grab the leg that's closer to me. I'm gonna pick her up against my body and use my body to lay her down onto her side. Okay? Good pap, good pap. Okay, so for this one, I'm doing that 1, 2, 3 fingers. So I have one finger in between the 2 feet to hold those front feet still. I'm going to assume this is a good dog because so far she's been good with us. If she shows me any signs though that she's getting nervous or upset or wants to bite me, I'm probably gonna wanna put a muzzle on or get a second holder to help me. Assuming she's good though, I'm gonna go ahead and hold off this leg. So to hold off for a saphenous, I wanna hold off just above the knee. She's so fluffy, it might be hard to see, but just above the knee, and then the tech would straighten out that leg. Let's see if she'll let me do this. So the tech would straighten out the leg. Oh, what a good dog. And then I can hold off up here. And then the tech's gonna be able to move along all this hair and find the vein, pull the blood. Once the tech is done, I can hold off that vein and I can relax the leg back. I don't have to let it stay straight out. And then they'll either come and bandage it or come and check it and it will have stopped bleeding and we'll let her up. So once I'm all done with that, I can let her up and I can give her lots of praise. Way to go, Puffy, you did so good. She's like, I'm out of here. Okay, so that's just a couple of the demos then for your video assignment. So now that I've shown you how to do it, now you'll be able to show me how to do it. Thank you.